Hello and welcome to the demonstration for the OutSmart Timesheet module. What we see here is our scheduling board for my demo account. I've added a couple of employees, and what we're going to focus on right now is on employee A, the hours that he's added to his work orders that he has completed and that need to be verified, approved, and I suppose added to a timesheet to see the total amounts and stuff like that. So what we're going to do is look what he has added in the past month and see if there are any faults in there. If we scroll through the scheduling board, we see on the 1st of October there's a work order for Station Maarse. When we look at the work order, we find that the status is still pending, which means that he never finished the work order. Therefore, when we go to his total amount of hours, we can see that the hours are not synchronized. If I look at the legend, I suppose it's called, the data has not been synchronized. Sorry, not synchronized with timesheets. So what needs to be done here? Obviously, the employee had to finish his work order and the hours will be automatically added to the timesheets. In this case, I can simply say complete the work order through my back office, and then I can add the time to the timesheets and the projects. If I now simply click on the hour and say show my timesheets entry, it will go to the employee and it'll show the hours added. So let's take a look. I'm still on the month display. So if I go for weekly display and I go back, I will find that on the 1st of October, the hours have been added, or at least submitted. What we're going to do now is verify them, see if they're all right, which they are. Work, 8 hours, some travel time, and I can approve these hours. As simple as that, approve. I can manually select them as well. I got some hours here on the Friday the 2nd. I'm gonna approve these as well. And now we see an overview here of all the hours per day. I can close this and then we have them like this. When I scroll through the weeks, so let's go to the next week, I find that I've already approved these hours. They're just looking just fine. Again, I have a total overview of the hours. Let's continue. 12th to 18th. This one is submitted. This one is not approved yet. And as we can see here, it's also has a wrong hour type. It's supposed to be number 1. So therefore I can reject this. I can decline it. Reason for decline. And the employee will receive a message for that. I'm not going to do that right now. What I want to do is I'm just going to manually adjust it. As simple as opening the work order, editing the hours, changing it to work 100%, saving it, and then synchronize these again with the timesheet. That'll do. If I open my timesheet again, we're back on track. So it's now properly submitted. Here we go. Let's approve these. So this is going well. Let's continue to the next one. Again, a complete week, all submitted, all is well. And then we have the last week, and in the last week nothing has been added. What I know is that this employee is going to take a vacation, but he's also reported sick on a Monday. So let's go to the scheduling board and let's get that all set up. So On the 26th of October, he reported sick leave. So notes an absence, add the timesheets, sick. From 8:30, well, let's say just 9 to 5, save. This one has been added, and the next days he'll take vacation. So again, let's go through here. Say that we want to add an hour type vacation. And again, from 9 to 5, which makes 8 hours. Save. This should be enough for my overview. So let's go to the timesheets. Check out employee A, and now we see here all the hours have been submitted. Again, I can approve them so that my timesheet will look proper. And once I'm done with this, I will decide to generate a Excel sheet. So how are the timesheets or the Excel sheet made up? Currently the file name is hours, employee number, year, week, and these are variable. So I could add this to the name and then the end date as well to have a there we go, to have a dynamic name for the file, so I can archive them properly on my disk. The employee is employee A. If I leave this empty, it will select all the employees, and then the date range that I want to report for. Let's say this month. As we can see, that's the 1st of October to the 31st. Now I say export. It will generate an Excel file, and you'll see how it looks like. Okay, let me just drag it from my other screen. There we go. So this is my employee A, and as we can see here, he has tons of hours added, approved as well, and last are the vacation hours and the sick hours. And all that need to be done now, we still have a couple of hours that we have not approved, but let's just say whatever in this case. So now we want to calculate his entire working time, including travel time, which is 119.5 hours. Let's say travel time never needs to be added. We could then say, look, travel does not amount to your working time. Can we then recalculate this? Let's say yes. Enter. There we go. All working hours. 61.5. And I made the mistake of selecting the wrong hours. Obviously, working was hour type 1, traveling was hour type 2. And yeah, total is 178 hours now, which makes more sense. Okay, so that part about the actual timesheets and how to get the Excel sheet is done. Let's go more into the details. Let's close this. All right, employee A. Let's add something to November through the timesheets instead of the scheduling board. So first of all, we want to add something, right? And we want to add it to the 2nd of November. What do we want to add? Administration work from 9 to 5. Like this. The hours are administration work, they're billable, and the customer would be Family Jansen. I want to add it to the scheduling board so people can see that I actually did some work on that day, and I say save. Here we now have the hours added. I can already approve them because I'm manually adding them. And if we go back to the scheduling board, we will find that There we go. They're added. Now, next situation, we have a work order. Let's create a work order. This one. And I say select a project type. So my type of work would be project. And because of that, my total amount of working time is reduced. Let's get it back to 5. I'll be working here all day, starting at 9. I've set up an automation which will add the traveling time automatically. So let's take a look. View the work order. These are my travel time and distances. They're already automatically calculated by the back office. Obviously, that's something you can set up. Now, I completely forgot to add my work time. So we're going to add these to the timesheet. We're going to open the timesheet, and me looking at these hours is like, oh, not again. How can you forget it? So I'm going to add hours to this day on the 3rd. I'm going to say he did some actual work from when 9 o'clock all the way up to 17 o'clock. That's 8 hours. And it needs to be added to the scheduling board. No, it doesn't need to be added to a work order, or not a new work order. All what I'm doing is create this hour line, and then I'm going to add these to a work order. And it already shows the work order that's available on that date for this person. So therefore add. And now it's been added to that work order through the timesheets. To be able to add times or distances to your work order through this scheduling software is very important, because with this, the black box technology can be used to perfect your hours. Let's say you are retrieving all the actual traveling information through black boxes. So I will simulate this. On the 3rd of November, the employee left his home at 8:25 and arrived at 9. It was a business trip. He started from his home, so let's say, and he went all the way up to wherever he stopped, and I don't remember what it was, so I'm just going to use something, let's say in Utrecht. This vice versa is not required in this case. Let's say that you also receive the actual kilometers from your car, so you can have a good listing of that. And yeah, that's all. So what you would receive from your black box in the car would be information like this. And all that needs to be done now is attach these hours to the right work order. And there is only one work order on that day. If it would be more, then obviously it would be easier to add. But now the right times are added for traveling time, and the employee never has to do that anymore. He's just only registering his actual work hours. Traveling time can just be added by the administration. This concludes the basic overview of the timesheet module. Obviously there's a lot more details to it. When it was added, adjusted, when hours are changed, that you can see the overview. There are a lot of details and interesting things in this module, but that's for a more advanced tutorial. Thank you for your time, and hopefully I'll see you next time.